Hey, what's up, everybody? We are here in the kitchen, which is our my place to come to after I put the boys to bed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we've got a typical routine at nighttime that this lady here has trained me so well on, and that is making cha.
Yes, not chai, cha.
Cha.
Yeah.
So I learned early on that if I want to have a happy wife or a happy life, it starts with the cha.
The tea. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried
However, I
these.
have to say he's morphed it into his own thing,
Yes.
so you can't really call it chai anymore. I don't actually know what you call it, but
Fusion.
it still does. It's fusion.
It's
Yes.
fusion. So, some of you were asking on how I made this most recent tea that actually our boys love. Like they love this tea. They're like, Dad, how did you make this amazing chocolate tea? And so I like fusion teas. Even when I make cha, or also known as chai tea, for all of you non-Punjabis out there. When you make it, you have to do it in a certain way. And I got trained on how to do it properly so that you never have to do it again, right?
That's right. Yeah.
She trained me well. What can I say? And I realized that she's got a place on the couch where she likes to go, and she's happiest when she has a cup of cha in her hands.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm taking on his tradition, being from Denmark, or his dad's from Denmark, and their tradition is Hygge, which means being cozy in front of a fireplace. So I take that tradition on, so it's only fair that he would take the tradition of having tea.
And you do it so well.
I do. I'm an expert.
You just know how to just turn it off and chill out. So I'm learning. So I have to kind of romance myself in this experience by making the cha first, making sure she's set, and she's got her blanket on, the fireplace is going, and she's just awaiting this cup. We even actually have friends that come over sometime, and you trained our friends
to expect it from him
to do the same. So we have friends come over, I'll be putting the kids to bed, I'm like half asleep, coming down the stairs, trying not to fall over, and they're sitting there patiently waiting with their hands like this while they've just been hanging out doing their hygge.
So much so that they have gone home now and are expecting the same from their husbands, and we are doing this video
for
so
the husbands.
The husbands can now learn how to make this tea.
Yeah. So there's a simple way to make cha, which we'll have to do another video on that. But this is my fusion recipe. It's like a combination of Willy Wonka, Santa Claus, and the Gingerbread Man. 'Tis the season, right? So this is Just Tea. We're supporting Kenyan women with its organic tea.
And it's loose leaf, so a lot of the tea bags have plastic.
Yes.
So we are trying very hard just to get loose leaf tea.
Yeah. And simple. I just eyeballed some water. As you get really good at making cha, you can eyeball the water. But to start, maybe you want to start with like a cup of water.
Hearing a little bit of sarcasm.
Yeah, a little bit. And then depending on how many people you're serving, like, +1, you may want to add another cup of water. So I started off with the mint and the mulled spice. Now some of you just want to use this in your wine. I know you do. But
we use it in tea.
We use it in tea because we like tea so much. And again, all organic ingredients, you get all the lovely flavors of mulled wine, but you make it into your tea. So I combine these two teas together, loose leaf, and they've been simmering on the stove here. And they smell amazing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And next we've got our 5 mushroom chocolate blend. And this we add into our smoothies, morning coffee, tea. It's amazing, but I don't boil this one. You don't want to boil this one as much. I just stir it into the cup afterwards, right?
Good tricks.
Yeah. And tonight we're gonna mix it up even a little bit more, and we're gonna add a little bit of masala. Spices, aka spices, and that's chai latte or chili turmeric latte mix. There's a lot going on here. You don't have to go.
It's usually not this complicated. It's actually quite simple. All you need is a little bit of. Okay.
I can't. We can't give it away.
All right.
We're gonna start with complicated and then make it simple. So this is almost ready to go, and I'm gonna show you what I do now. So there's all the loose leaf is in there. It's kind of annoying. So you can entertain them while I strain this. Okay. I'm gonna strain this out into a cup, and then reheat it. Okay. So go ahead.
So benefits of having something warm in the evening is it relaxes your nervous system. So it's to activate the parasympathetic, and that's really why I've gotten trained in
the art of tea making.
In the art of tea making, and I'm starting to notice he's actually not making it the way he's been trained.
No, this is fusion. This is different.
So I'm learning with you as well. I just end up drinking it, not knowing what's happening behind the scenes. So this is really interesting to me.
This is a whole new way. This is a whole new way of making it. So I actually strained all the loose leaf because we don't want that in the final blend. I'm putting an empty teapot back on the burner. I'm pouring back in the strained tea into the pot without all the loose leaves. Isn't this crazy? I just came up with this on my own. So that's ready to go. We've got about a cup, just a little over a cup in there. And I'm going to go to the fridge.
Okay.
I'm going to add in oat milk. Isn't oat milk amazing in tea?
It is, yes. It's actually really good. Again, I don't love buying carton milks because of the gums in them, but we use it as a treat once in a while. It's actually really great just to make the milks at home. So when I make cashew milk, I use 1 cup of...
That's the tea right there.
Cashews, 3 cups of water, and you have your milk for your tea.
Yeah, so I just added a little bit, like maybe a quarter of a cup, just to change the color.
Okay, so this is where he's tricked me, because normally with cha, I guess I'm not actually allowed to talk about it.
No.
It's done very different.
Different, yeah. This is fusion tea. So we're not really needing to boil off any more water now that we've got this perfect blend, this nice creamy color. Now is the time to add the chocolate mix, because we don't necessarily need to boil this, we just want it to blend into the flavors. And so I like to just eyeball everything, so I'm not going to grab a spoon even, right? I'm just going to dash it in. Do you want to hold the camera so they can see how much I put in?
I want it to forward.
Yeah. So I'm just flavoring it, right? Not too much. That's maybe like maybe a teaspoon, a little bit more, right?
Yep.
So now that's gonna heat up. I'm gonna turn down the temperature. I'm gonna grab my spoon. Okay, now I'm just gonna mix that in a little bit so you can see what's going on there. Yeah, you see that? Just blending it in, super simple. And you know what? You don't actually need to add any like sweetener or anything to this tea. It's kind of good on its own. And you know, I'm going to give you the option, Sonia. Do you want to add a little extra spice? We'll add some spice in too.
Because you've already changed the whole thing up, so you might as well.
Gives a little.
Just keep complicating.
It's complicated tea.
Why just have one flavor when you can have 20?
Exactly. So now it's all mixed in. Doesn't take much to stir it in. And now I'm going to add in the spicy chili. No, you know what's funny? You don't need much of this because it's actually quite potent.
It's got cayenne pepper in it.
Yeah.
So, which is great for the winter time.
So get this, Sonia can come back. She just came back from like a girls' dinner the other night. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And what does she ask as soon as she walks in the door?
Tea.
You ask for tea. Like, who drinks tea at 10 o'clock at night? Well, if you grew up with tea and you had it every single night of your life, you can't go to bed without it. So we can come home late at night, and guess what? The first request is as soon as we walk in the door is tea. So this is ready to go. It's warmed up. It's not boiling. It's just simmering. The flavors are blending. And guess what? I'm going to do one more. I'm going to add one more thing in just for a little bit of extra chocolate flavor. We like our organic dark chocolate. And this has a bit of a beneficial bacteria mix to it. So it's GI replenished. And you don't need much. It's just a little bit. It's just a little bit extra flavor, just in case. So that's in there.
You might want to tell them where you put it.
I'm putting this in the cup. Just not even like this is a full scooper. I'm maybe putting like a quarter of a scoop in there. And Jake Siebert, if you watch this, take some notes, buddy, because Andrea's expecting a cup of this fusion cha.
However, we don't know what version she received when she was here.
That's true.
It seems that this gets changed up.
This is my whole new remedy. So that's it. Maybe you can just watch how I pour it in there. So you see the little powder in there. That You don't even need a strainer here because I strained it before. You see that? Isn't that amazing? And look at the cups. Like Sonia's got Wonder Woman because she's a Wonder Woman. And I've got a Star Wars cup because Star Wars is cool. And that is that. Okay, so now you know how to make fusion cha.
And for the women out there, you know exactly how to do hygge. You sit on the couch, you get some cozy reading socks, which you can't see. Oh, no, you can't
Let's
see
see
them.
those things.
You get some reading socks, and you get a fireplace on.
And flannel pajamas. And a Grinch
Now
t-shirt.
they know too much. So, yeah, and you sit with a blanket and you await your tea.
There you go.
As your
Okay, so
partner makes it for you.
you go ahead and do that. I'll bring you your tea.
Yeah. Okay.
And you guys practice this every night and you will have a happy wife, happy life. And let me know how it goes because this is my new flavor combination and I want to hear how well it tastes for you guys.